Obviously, you know, we're disappointed with dropping out of the cup. I mean, it was a huge disappointment for us, but you know, the reality is you know, that's what's happened to us. We can't do anything about it, but we got to move forward. And there were some good moments. I mean, there were some good moments in the last two games, but there were also some dark moments. And you're always going to have dark moments in the game. They just lasted too long. And I thought we started both games extremely well. The last two games, we just dropped off. Both games in the second quarter a little bit, and even against Brunswick, I mean, we gave up 7 points right away to begin the second half. But then after that, we played pretty well for the next 5-6 minutes, and we had a little bit of down part of the game. So, I mean, we got to get rid of these down parts in the game, black areas, so to speak.
How did they happen?
A lot of it was bad offense, turnovers. They got some easy baskets. Too many turnovers on the offensive end. Too many turnovers in the half-court offense. You know, the biggest thing about running a half-court offense is take care of the basketball. That's number one thing. Before shot selection, it's the number one thing is taking care of the basketball, and we need to do a better job. I mean, but that's been our problem a lot. We've lost games this year. If you look at the games we've lost, we've had a lot of turnovers. If you look at the games we've won, the turnovers have been down around 9, 10. Even in the German league, I think we're second or third in the fewest turnovers in the league, but still we've had games where we had a lot of turnovers. We've had games where we've only had 5 or 6 turnovers and played well. So.
Part of executing the offense was that some players sometimes left the set play and like took shots on their own. Like, how do you see that, and what do you do about it?
No, you're exactly right, and we went through that yesterday. We tried to do things after 1 or 2 passes, and against good teams, that doesn't work.
Why do they do that? I mean, you practice not for months.
No, they try. Sometimes, you know, when the tough gets going, people have a tendency to want to do it on their own. They try to do it on their own. It's a natural human reaction. You know, when to try to make it happen on your own. But it's a natural human reaction. We have to become a better team in those situations. You know, and I tell you what, to a certain extent, you'd rather have a 24-second violation in an offense than a bad offense. It's a bad offense, you give up 2 points. 24-second violation in an offense, they get the ball sideline, you get your defense set. See, in bad offenses, kill your defense. I mean, last game, you know,
And how can you change that? Is it like talking to the players, trust the players, trust the team? Or?
No, we go through video sessions and we get stuff done on the practice floor. I mean, we have to get things done on the practice floor that we want done on the game floor. If we don't do them on the practice floor, we cannot expect players to do it on the game floor. But you know, if we can get things done on the practice floor, we can hold players accountable for what we do on the game floor. Just the way it is. And you know, we still need to get habits, and you know, we're trying to get better habits.
One thing that you theoretically could do, that Mulika Tsurin did a lot, like if he didn't like a player's decision, he got him out quickly, just to show him like follow my lead, or you won't play. Is it something you don't do, or is it if you see the player leaves the set play, it comes on?
No, I take players out a lot of times for, you know, defensive mistakes or this and that, but I don't take players out just because of one mistake. I think players become afraid to make a mistake. I mean, and last year's team they had 11 guys who could play. I mean, they had a very deep rotation. But every coach has a different philosophy. And he doesn't coach like that this year in Frankfurt.
Do you actually?
Because he has a shorter bench, but it's just
They all play like 30 minutes plus. Yeah.
Huh?
They all play like 30 minutes plus. Short
Yeah, they played. Some guys have played 40. It's just. Last year Berlin had, they were 11 deep, and they had 11 guys who could start really. So I mean, you could do that. That was their strength.
Actually, when a player leaves the set play, is that always a mistake, or don't they have to?
No, I don't coach robotic basketball.
Yeah.
I don't coach robotic basketball. I give freedom to our best offensive players, and we run offensive plays, but we try to teach players how to play, because you can in game of basketball you can teach a lot of plays, or you can teach players how to play. We try to do both. That we teach plays, but we get out of plays when we feel we have an advantage. And sometimes players make bad decisions in that situation. But I think you get stronger. You can get stronger by doing that thing at the end.
Yeah.
It's like a junior team, like A-boys team, under 17, under 18. They can teach those kids plays, and they'll win some games. Or they can teach those kids how to play, and they'll lose games. But a year later, that team will be a lot better. Or 4 months later, that team will be a lot better than a team that just played robotic, play this, play that. So we do both. We have, obviously we have set, everything's a set play in the half court, but we decide, we have to, and that's one thing, we have to make better decisions when to get out of things, because we have an advantage. We're running plays to get an advantage. We're running plays to get space to play. We're running plays to force rotations. We're running, and really we want three things in our offense. We want to get the ball inside. We want drives to the rim. We want uncontested shots. Those are the three things we run a play for, and that's what we're trying to get. And that's what happened. But at last game we had about, I would say, 4 or 5 situations where we just got out of the offense after one pass, and players tried to do things on their own, and we took contested shots off the dribble. And like I said, you're not going to win games taking contested shots off our dribble. In our defensive system, we give up. You can't take away everything. In our defensive system, we give up contested shots off the dribble, because those things don't beat you. And we can't win games by taking contested shots off the dribble. So obviously we have to do a better job running our offense in those situations.
I guess you discussed all options yesterday. Do you have the impression you can continue with this team, or do you need to add players?
No decision's been made. I mean, we have one American free spot. We've only been playing with 6 Americans or 6 foreigners, and no decision's been made one way or the other. Really, this is the team we have, and this is what we're going to get it done with. Whether we add a player or not, it's not going to. I'm not a coach who says we need this player or that player. We're going to go get 3 different players or cut players. I mean, this is what we have, and in my opinion, we have a very good group of players, and this is what we can get it done with.
You had to talk with Marco Bauli and meeting yesterday and talking about solutions, how to get out of the dry spell the last months.
Yeah, I mean, we really haven't. I thought the last week we really practiced well, and that's why I think Wednesday's result was so disappointing for me. Because I thought we really practiced well, and we really did things well as a team in practice, and moved the ball well and played well together. And that's why Wednesday's game was so disappointing for me. Because I thought we were really on the verge of, I knew in good thing, because we had practiced very hard 3 days before we went there. We got a little tired the second half, but there were some great signs in the first half. And we came out strong the first quarter against Brunswick. But but we lost it a little bit, the momentum, and it's, you know, for one reason or another.
But is it like, do you think there needs to be, I'm not talking about like changing players and stuff like that, but like bigger change, how to do things on an everyday basis? Like
No, I don't. Well, I mean, why would I change things? We were there before Christmas time. We were there before Christmas time. I have my beliefs, the way I'm going to do things, and I'm going to do it that way. I mean, coached in the EuroLeague for 3 years and got it done there, and I think it's good enough to do in the German league. So, and I'm going to do it my way.
So, Coach, this sounds like you're basically satisfied with how the team develops, unless this crucial game was lost.
No, I'm not satisfied.
No?
No, I haven't been very satisfied since Christmas how we've played.
Oh, huh?
But I really wasn't satisfied at Christmas time when you asked me, are we satisfied to be in first place at Christmas time? I said no. I said it's not about wins or losses. It's about, are we getting better or not? And you know, I wasn't real satisfied sometimes in December, even though we were winning games. And and you know, when we lose games, it becomes, well, you lose games, and that's what happened in January. So,
Yeah.
but to me, it's not about winning or losing, because it's if you get better or not. Because if you don't get better, it doesn't really matter if you win or lose, because you have to get better during the season.
That's how I understood you. You see the team improving, or don't you do that?
I saw improvement the last week.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously I was disappointed the way we played in January, coming out after Christmas. You know, coming after Christmas time, I thought we were really close to. We weren't there yet, but I thought we were really close to really getting there. But then we kind of fell off the cliff there, and you know, we're still kind of working our way back. You know, basically, we want to get back to where we were before Christmas time and get better habits. Then I think we have a chance to accomplish something this year. Before Christmas time, I thought we were competing very well. We were playing as a team, but our habits still weren't where they needed to be. Our habits, how we do things, how we do things defensively, how we set screens offensively, how we read and react to the game and different things. Our habits still weren't there, but we were competing and playing well as a team. And so.
I mean, there was some criticism that some guys maybe tried to score too much and not enough guys for the dirty work. Is it something you have to run out of players you guys want, or does it have to change, or does there be like a mix of players who try?
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I've told, you know, teams are kind of made up of racehorses and pigs, and we have too many guys sometimes trying to be racehorses. And you know, like I told our players, I mean, we need everybody to be have a little more pig in them, a little more dirty work. And I'll tell you what, with championship teams, everybody does dirty work. With playoff teams, 60% of players do dirty work. With non-playoff teams, 25% of the players do dirty work. Doesn't matter what sport you're in. Doesn't matter. Now you look at Bamberg, I mean, I don't like using Bamberg as an example because Chris is a friend of mine, but I mean, everyone does dirty work on that team. Supel does dirty work, Jacobson. Everyone does dirty work.
Is that what you're focusing on now, to tell them that, to teach them?
Well, we've done stuff in practice to try to get tougher.
Yeah.
We've done stuff in practice, drills in practice, trying to get tougher and go where it hurts, so to speak. You know, we have to learn how to go where it hurts. And And when you learn how to go where it hurts, then you become tougher and you do dirty work.
Now the Artland game is coming up. Would be like a key moment if you really could get close to the top 3. Although the Artland has five games in a row and 13 wins in the last 40 games, something like that. Is it?
No, Artland's playing very well. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And, they're playing very, very well. They have very good home court advantage, but they're also playing well on the road. And playing good basketball.
Is it like the right opponent now? Because like if you beat a really strong team, it's like it's more stable.
I really don't. I think after Wednesday's game, lost for us, Saturday's game is more like a character. It's a character game for us. What kind of character do we have on? What kind of character do we have? You know, what kind of fight do we have? You know, that's what I'm real interested in. What's our character? You know, we have a lot of really nice kids in our team too. I mean, very nice. And I mean, I really like our players. They're smart, they're intelligent, they have great values in life. But now it's time to get down and dirty too. Yeah, I think we got to go put hockey skates on and helmets and play a little hockey.
Completely different angle, playing against Holston. Is it probably especially difficult to play him because he is so small? He's small, but I don't think he's quick. He's very quick, very creative, very skilled. I think Deshaun Wood was kind of the story last year coming to the league. I think Holston's kind of the story this year coming into the league.